Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. $100 million gold treasure is on display for the first time from the famous Ship of Gold. Let's explore. In an article shared with me by Z06 Cowboy, this is an interesting story that really does transcend not just about what happened with the shipwreck itself, but since it being discovered and the criminality that has been involved and investigations that have been involved as well. Now, I was under the impression that some of this find has already been displayed. I think portions of it have, but there is a hoard that has not been, apparently, from this article here we're going to look into. Treasure has been hidden beneath the Atlantic Ocean since 1857, has finally been revealed at auction. USS Central America, sailing from Panama to New York, sank after crossing paths with a ferocious hurricane. Strong winds of around 105 miles per hour shredded the ship's sails as she began to take on water on September the 9th, 1857. Crew members desperately flew the ship's flag inverted, a popular distress symbol in the U.S. at the time, to try to alert a passing ship to the situation, but no rescue came. My guess is that other ship probably had trouble of its own. By the way, here's an image. We'll try to look at these more closely as we come through. But if you enjoy stories like this, I will hope you will continue to watch and check out some of the other videos. This will actually go in two playlists. I have one for precious metals crimes and another one for found precious metal treasure. So of the 578 passengers and crew aboard the ship, now known as the Ship of Gold, 425 of those died. Not only that, but 13,600 kilograms of gold was also lost beneath the sea. The loss led to a global economic disaster in America. That's right, that's a lot of gold to lose. It's otherwise known as the Panic of 1857. In today's money, the gold had been worth $765 million. Wow. And here we can see the Ship of Gold and a painting of it, or a sketch of it. And the Mona Lisa of the Deep is among the items on display that were shown. So it wasn't just the gold items, but other artifacts from the shipwreck itself were shown there. For years, the ship lay at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, hidden among the waves. But excavation efforts over the years have gradually unearthed its treasures, with gold and other valuables making their way to auction. Legal battles, a rogue salvage company had behind much of the recovery work between the 80s and 2014, had delayed true reveals of what sank alongside the occupants of the Ship of Gold. Most recently, personal effects such as wedding rings and work trousers were unveiled from the finds. Of course, the gold also came in the form of freshly minted San Francisco gold coins there. You can see here one example. And this is actually one that was a year old at that point. A first edition of the Count of Cristo was even included in the latest collection at auction, offering an insight into human tragedy behind the tragic sinking. The array of historical items have been on display for the first time in history at the National Antique Bottle Convention in Reno. I don't know if they meant to say Reno, but Rhino, I don't know. But Rob Evans, historian of the USS Central America collection, told the Reno Gazette Journal, so they misspelled Reno there, the SS Central America is an accidental time capsule, and as such, it is a perfect glimpse into the time of these people. There were people from all over the country who had traveled to California, and now were going home with their wealth. And here we can see an image with their belongings here. And again, we'll go back and look at these pictures. I'm going to get through this here, but yes, indeed. Bob Evans, historian at the Central America, told the Reno Gazette it's the accidental time capsule and how they were wanting to get back home. And with these things, and here a paratravel was potentially designed by Levi Strauss. And among the finds there, we can see still intact after all these years. Pretty amazing. Included this pair of canvas trousers, which were found in the trunk of passenger Lieutenant Dement, a veteran of the Mexican-American War. Experts believe the trousers could be an original pair by Levi Strauss, who found the company to manufacture riveted blue jeans. In 1853, he had ventured to San Francisco to make a fortune in the gold rush. A photograph of the Mona Lisa of the Deep was also piqued the interest of historians. The image of a woman in an off-the-shoulder lace dress is a daguerreotype photograph, indeed. And here we can see the where the shipwreck was, off the Carolina coast. They had to flag down a passing ship, but had been unsuccessful. Likely that ship was probably under distress too. Tommy Thompson oversaw the unauthorized excavation of Ship of Gold. Here you can see him with this octagon-shaped piece there. Many of the ship's treasure had been collected by this Tommy Thompson. He hauled an incredible trove from the depths of the Atlantic Ocean in 1988. He had spent years developing technology to search the wreckage of the long-drowned USS Central America. Soon after his incredible find, dubbed the richest in U.S. history at the time, Thompson was accused of cheating his many investors out of their share of the fortune. He went on the run for more than 2 decades, living in a mansion in Florida with his girlfriend and staying in $200 a night luxury hotels. So yes, indeed, and I've covered him actually before and covered this portion of the story, his story, on this channel. So very interesting indeed. Let's see if we can go through here and see all of these pictures from the very beginning. And we can see there is one of the large gold bars that were found there. Amazing. And then you can see other coins, gold coins that have been taken out and refurbished or cleaned. Restored is really the best word than cleaned. But nonetheless, pretty amazing. I think we've seen some of these things on display. I think the Long Beach Coin Show showed them, I think, in the last decade, some point in some time. Ship of Gold sank on September the 9th, 1857. There is the Mona Lisa of the Deep. There's a picture of the gold coin. Now this one is obviously worn from 1856, but there were others from 1857 that were in pristine condition at the time. Very beautiful coins. A lot of them were actually auctioned off and sold, and you could buy them for pretty heavy premium, as you can imagine. But nonetheless, imagine owning a piece of history like that led to the Panic of 1857. There is a nice photo of other artifacts and items that you can see. Looks like we have some specialized slabbed, looks like PCGS slabbed coins there, and looks like treasure boxes and what have you, jars, bottles, and other artifacts along this display case here. Pretty amazing. There are those jeans. Looks like they've been heavily bleached out. It looks like there's a new pair of jeans along with them to see, but there's the button fly. Here's the button fly in the new jeans and button fly in the old jeans. Really good shape, all things considered. It's pretty wild to think about. Now, this says potentially designed by Levi Strauss, so they're not for sure if it was. And again, there's this map showing the proximity to the shipwreck, which is about 160 miles east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. And there is Tommy Thompson. That's an older picture. Unauthorized excavation, the Ship of Gold, but he was successful at it. Pretty amazing indeed. And there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are on this discovery and find. And thanks again to 06 Cowboy for sharing this story with me. And I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.